Hey guys, welcome to another edition of the recovery video. I got some special guests with me today here in Melbourne, a couple of friends that are way ahead of me in their recovery, and they have just given me so much hope and a look into the future. Those who are on the ITSAN forum regularly would know Jake and Lib.
Hello.
Hello.
Jake's how many months into recovery now?
I left at November 11 last year, so 13 months.
13 months in. As everyone who's following me knows, I'm 3 months in. As you can see, there's a fair difference in colour between the two of us.
Red man.
Red man, yeah.
Yeah, I remember that.
But look, the upside is my teeth. Beautiful highlight of my teeth. And Liv is not hasn't been suffering, but she's very much been nursing and leading everything.
Yeah, couldn't done it without her.
What's
Great support.
What role she played for you?
Big support, physically, mentally, girlfriend, just everything to do with supporting. She's been amazing, and as I said, couldn't have done it without her and her family support. I owe her a lot to the recovery for my recovery and being so quick and easy, I guess.
Something I see on the forum a lot.
Easy as it can be.
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
It certainly wasn't easy.
A lot of people trying to tackle it alone and sort of falling to pieces, and then others. I mean, I know for those who have been watching me regularly, what the role my folks have played is invaluable. They just, when you're feeling shit, someone's there to get you through it.
Well, I just feel so lucky that I was able to leave work when I could and needed to. As I said, had the support when I was at my lowest point. I had people, friends of friends, and people that knew people in the recovery sort of mould, psychologists, doctors, who would give their time and their expertise to me. So I was very lucky. And as I said, there's a lot of people out there going through this that can't leave their job, that have kids, that they need to be up and about. So I don't know how they do it, to be honest. I found it really hard with all the support I had. So I my heart goes out to those people suffering that haven't got it as easy or didn't have it as easy as I did. So.
There's something about for me about feeling normal. Like the guys in my office, for instance, when I walk in, they're totally cool about it all. They just help. Oh, you're looking better. Oh, and they're really positive, and they just make me feel completely at ease. Whereas going out in public, I'm still a bit. Do I have to? Do I really want? Like I was at 7-Eleven the other day, and the guy goes, "Oh, what's wrong with you? What's happened to you?" I don't give a stuff about him. He doesn't affect my life, but it definitely made me feel a little bit worse than I needed to.
Well, I did. Yeah, for me, I suppose the people that saw me were the close people that knew me, so I didn't really go out.
You didn't.
I wasn't as brave. I wasn't as brave as you.
Josh has been going to work every day. Gets up early. He's a freak of nature, and he gets on his blog and he talks about how positive he is in life and how great he's feeling. The dear man. Aww.
You got him.
I guess I was a bit more of a sook and stayed inside, and I hated. I suppose going outside, and I hated the feeling of it, and I froze up on the couch, which was not good. And I definitely paid for that in the fact that I really had a really big flare up, if you want to say, around the 9-10 month period. So I think being so tense for 6 to 9 months really caught up with me, and I really released a lot of stuff out through my skin, I guess, in that period where I was really flared and nearly hospitalised. They wanted to put me in hospital, so I was pretty bad.
Also severely depressed
and
as well.
Yeah, severely got down the dumps, and didn't want to move. I did not want to go off the chair. Didn't want to move my fingers, and I didn't want to feel anything. So I guess that sort of led to that sort of depressive mind. So I've worked really hard with a lot of people over the last few months, and really got back on track mentally, and that sort of helped the physical state along with the time, being 13 months. So I was a 15-year user of Allicon. Did 2 or 3 courses of prednisolone in that time, but not a heavy prednisolone user, thank God. So just Allicon, 15 years. So, they say 1 month for every year you use, so that's about 15 months, give or take. So being 13 months, I guess I'm sort of seeing the signs now of recovery. So I feel like I'm 80-85%. I'll show you guys how I'm looking in a sec. I guess that'll probably be useful for you to see.
Let's see your hands, both your hands. So,
Well, my hands are the worst,
yeah.
so it's probably not a good example.
Yeah, my hands actually were not great, but they've never been a huge problem for me. They were one of the last things to go.
Yeah,
and actually, at the moment, they're probably the worst they've been in quite a while.
Did your hands peel off like Jake's did in that whole...
Yeah, my whole hand's peeled off, and I've struggled with them ever since. I'm starting to see, some quality coming through, but they're still the worst part, unfortunately. But they're usable, as in the cuts on them aren't deep. And they're usable. They're a lot more comfortable than they were even 4 weeks ago. But yeah, I mean that's the frustrating part. I get what are they, splinter? What are they called?
Hemorrhages.
Splinter hemorrhages. I noticed a couple of, I think, UK Kelly's.
Louise.
Yeah.
UK Kelly's son.
I don't know. Some of the kids have...
Yeah, some of the kids have had some of the same. So what happens is the nail bed gets infected, and I'll lose my nail. It's not good. Also had the eardrums got infected and they burst, perforated eardrums. So I've just that's all part of the detox. But no, I've worked hard on getting the diet right and getting my gut right for the future, and helping the skin progress outside of the steroid damage. So I've done all I can, and I'm finally seeing the results. So as I said, I'll show. Do you want to know?
You can. I'll film you guys outside.
Yeah, we might do that as a
We'll go
separate
outside and we'll show you my body, because that's not a good example.
Yeah, we'll do that. What we'll do that is on a second video, and we'll put that below this one. So just when you're ready to do that, click the link below. What I thought might be a good one too is Lib, who's been playing very much the role of doctor, and if nothing else, the information gatherer. A lot of people watch these videos and comment, but they don't actually know what's going on in the system. Could be a good opportunity for you to give a brief breakdown of the science behind it. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't really know what to say.
We'll just do the role the drugs have played to suppress the immune system and what
it's so complicated. Can you cut this?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I don't know. It's just so complicated because, it's like I've got on my blog I've got in separate sections how it's affected each area. I don't know. It's so complicated for me to explain it without.
Well, I mean, pretty much. I think simply it would be that the body had a problem. It showed it through our skin, and instead of trying to work with it through our body and work from the inside, we decided to suppress it from the outside. So it wasn't a natural way we chose to help our problem. So I guess we used product and drug and a suppressant to live, instead of trying to get to the cause of it and trying to work with our body and trying to, I suppose, respond to the yells of the body. There's a problem with our body inside, internally, and help. And then we didn't. We suppressed it for our own benefit, and we killed our skin, and we suppressed our problems, in our nervous system and all the rest of it, which you can check on Liv's blog. She's done a great job with that.
But I
If anyone's
guess
seen it.
also, like, I don't know, I meet a lot of people who say, oh, you know, I've been taking cortisone for this long and it hasn't done anything like that to me. Well, the thing is with cortisone is that it can take any amount of time for you to become addicted to it. You don't have to become addicted to it at 3 weeks or at 30 years. You can become addicted at any point in time, and you won't know when that's going to be. So I think that the best thing to do is to, you know, if you do have eczema, obviously try and figure it out with the diet. But if you take Alicon or any of those drugs, definitely take it for a specific small amount of time, and they say that you can become addicted to it anytime after 3 weeks. So, and that's it. You shouldn't use it again. If it doesn't work the first time, don't use it again because it's bad.
Well, you can use it. It could go away, but it's always going to be there.
Yeah.
So unless you change, you know, it's not gonna. It's gonna disappear and it'll come back 6 months later, 12 months later. It'll come back. So you got to work on your stress in life, your diet, your gut lining.
Whatever ticks you off. Like if it's the environment that sets off your eczema, you know, because your immune system isn't reacting well to that, then you know, change it.
And keep in mind that you don't know these things if you're using suppressants.
That's right.
So if you're using right now, and then you think, oh, I'll change my diet and still use it, or it's not going to show up.
And people think also that if you change your diet, if you go gluten free, they think, oh, you know, I've been gluten free for a month or 2 months now, and I haven't seen a difference. Well, that's because the gut lining, it's called the villi, the little like tendrils that get shaved down when you eat gluten. They're very, very slow in building, and it takes a lot of months for that to rebuild. And so you can only really give diet the full exercise if you've done it for a good 6 months. I'd say you could start to see some good changes. You know.
Yeah, I mean, we're into our 13th month, and I mean, it can take 2 or 3 years to really get your gut right. I've heard so.
Especially after hammering it for so long.
Yeah, and you know, and people eat gluten every day and they're okay with it, and you have the system to and have the ability to rebuild your gut lining quick enough, so all your toxins stay in your gut and don't go into your system. And unfortunately, I didn't recover that quick. So
there's some good advice there too for those guys watching this video and looking for the miracle cure. There is none, but there is a lot of value in being skeptical. And one thing that I've learned, and it's blown my mind, is how much misinformation there is out there. The standard diet, which is a classic, everything in moderation that we accept in society as a good diet, is actually bullshit in a lot of situations. If you go through the supermarket, most of the food there is produced rubbish, with heaps of stuff ground into it that's not good for our body. There's so much sugar. Processed sugar is a bastard of a thing.
it's in everything.
Yeah. The best thing you can do is read up on them. And it's really tough mentally. It's really tough to accept that something that 99% of people do and believe is incorrect. But if you look and research, you'll actually find it. Quick personal story. My mum was a bit like that. She didn't believe that, you know, everyone could be doing this. All the doctors could be saying, you know, it's fine, and there actually be a problem. But once I got her researching and reading and using her brain a bit, she's right on the bandwagon, and she believes that 100%.
Yeah. Oh, it's huge. It's huge.
It's amazing. I mean, like when Jake started this diet, and I did too. Like I would spend a good 2 hours at the supermarket at one time, and I would read through every ingredient, and I would be on my iPhone checking on every single ingredient and finding that this thing that's called something that's got 25 letters in it is some sort of, I don't know, off cut of some other thing that's got gluten in it. So I don't know. People think that they're going gluten free as well, but then it's a lot harder than you think at the start.
Yeah, and then I think when we figure out that we're all, cured, so to speak, and my gut's working really well, and my digestive system, my digestive system's working so well right now. I mean, I didn't know what a good digestive system was before, but it's just amazing how good it feels when your body's working like it should. So I've used a lot of pills and what do you call them? Supplements. Sorry, I lost the word. I've used a lot of supplements over the last 13 months to help with rebuilding and helping digestion and all that sort of thing. So it's really, really paid off. But you've got to stick to it. Like anything in life, we want it straight away, but you've got to stick to it. And you've got to believe in it. And if you hang in there, you'll be the most healthy person you can be.
A lot of people too, the diet's an interesting one that they discuss in the forums and so on, and there's lots of people saying, no, you don't need to change your diet, you just got to stay off the cortisone, and other arguments, and they're probably right, but here's the thing, and this is just the common sense thing, if you can be more healthy, of course it's going to help the rest of the system. It's going to help you recover quicker and just generally live longer and have more vitality in your life.
Yeah,
so you don't need to do everything to the nth degree, but being slightly more healthy, it can only be a good thing.
I think the argument's still out whether a good diet and strategy, makes this TSW move quicker. I still think that's not a known subject yet. Not enough people have been through this and actually put down what they've done and how they've done it. So
I think that I don't think that there's anything that you can do to quicken up the process of the withdrawal. I think that will just draw out for as long as it's going to. But there are things that you can do to make yourself more comfortable and heal to the best of your ability.
No, I still think if your diet's good, I still think why couldn't it help you recover quicker?
Yeah, it has to.
Why couldn't it?
Of course. But it might not. Who knows?
Yeah, it might not.
It's like going to NSA. It's something that you find relaxing. It's something that works for you. Who knows if it's going to work for somebody else, or who knows if it's actually quickening up this. I don't know if the skin. I think that the skin sort of has to go through its
course.
Yeah, like internally, you can fix it. Like it's, you can really, really power that on. But I think that externally, the skin's it's such a, it's your biggest organ, and of course that's going to take its time.
Yeah.
What it needs to do. But I don't understand like what happens between like the time when you've got skin as bad as you had a few months ago, and then when it comes to a point where you've got skin like you do now, and a lot of it feels normal. Like I don't understand why the skin decides to just not shed off.
To me, it feels like over the time, it feels like to me the whole process is okay. We have this skin that I've destroyed for 15 years. We're not being held together by the Alicon anymore. So how do we rebuild skin for ourselves, just for my own use and to enable it to work by itself? And obviously it gets to the point where it's like we've got to shed all the crap skin and we've got to rebuild from the start. And that's what it feels like. It feels like it's taken 13 months to finally get the layers off that are shit, modern language, and get the good stuff coming through that is functionable by itself. So to me, that's what's happening. And to me, to rebuild and to create again, surely by having the best diet and by giving it the best nutrients, that's going to help that process to me. So that's only my thoughts. So obviously it's going to go through its course and it's going to be a long one. But the jury's still out in my mind whether it can be quickened up or not. I'm not sure. It's going to be a long process, but who knows? If I didn't have, I'd love to do this again, so to speak, with
I
with
wouldn't like
with
to do this
with,
again.
with a exact model of myself and go one way with just no diet, don't worry about it, and my way. So it would have been an interesting examination of the recovery, and we'll never be able to do it. So no one will be able to really know. So, but I'm happy with the way I went about it, and I'm at 13 months and feeling pretty good. And we'll show you, as I said, how I'm going. So I'm really happy with how we do it. So.
Yeah, holistically too. It's more than just diet. It's mental presence. It's exercise. Yeah, Jake's been teaching me a lot in terms of just simple things. Like when I was lying on the couch the other day, I was feeling crappy and I couldn't concentrate, and I started doing something Jake told me to do, which is think about 3 things you can hear, 3 things you can feel, and 3 things you can see. That's right. And it was funny. It's just a really simple tool.
Self-meditation too.
But all of a sudden, my brain was focused, and I was relaxed a bit more, and I just felt a bit better. And quite often, I've found so far, it's just mind over matter. Just get through to the next day. We actually have this really interesting argument or conversation, because as people who follow this blog know, I count by days of recovery instead of months. And Jake said to me the other day, he said, you probably shouldn't look at it day to day saying, is it better, is it worse? But for me, it's not really about that. What it is no matter how good or crap I feel, my goal is to get to the next day. And as long as I do that, everything's fine. And it's really cool. I counted over 90 days the other day. I'm about to cross off 100. I thought, wow, that's so awesome. I'm so proud of myself. Every day I'm one day more proud. That's just a mental game.
Yeah.
Yep. So any other advice we can give to people, particularly people who are just starting the course? Like, what were your thoughts? For me, the first months were really tough.
Yeah, I think for me, it's I've read stories where people want to go back to it because they can't cope and all that sort of thing. So, I mean, I don't have a particular exact response to each person, but what I would say is think about the future. Think about your health future. I mean, you're going through a tough period now, and it's shit now, but it's for a limited time, 3 to 6 months, 12 months, and in your life that is not a long time. So if you can somehow eke that out, that crappy, horrendous time, I mean, think about how good your life's going to be after that. I mean, if you keep on with the Allicon, the steroids, whatever it is, you'll get to the point where your body falls apart and you'll go through things a lot worse than this.
Yes.
And it will start with one organ, then go to the next organ, and then you'll go to the doctors, surgeons, here's some pills, here's some more pills, you get more side effects, feel worse, and it's a quick way to your death. So, to be honest, I feel like this has changed my life in so many different ways, and people that have gone through this will understand that. Mentally, emotionally, I'm a calmer person. I'm a better person for this. And I just feel like that person was already in me, but I was able to actually express it now because all this other heavy load on me is gone. And so not only is it going to be more physical health thing for you, your mental health and your ability to want to live the life you want to live is going to be reachable. If you can get through this period, it's tough, but if you can get through it, you'll be stronger and better person for it. I've got no harm in if you go back on it, and that's your decision, and that's the way you want to live, that's fine. I've got no judgment on that. If you can somehow eke it out, you'll be a better person for it.
Yeah, and one of the tactics I use that I think is a really good one is to look at the silver lining. You're going to have a lot of time to yourself, a lot of time to chase some dreams. And I set myself some goals, which I wrote a top 10 books from every genre that I wanted to read. and I've started to work through them. And I really wanted to restructure my business, which for anyone who's on that side of things knows how much time and mental effort it takes. I wanted to reconnect with my parents. I wanted to catch up on a heap of movies. Like, I've got to watch like 60 movies from across the years that I've always gone, oh, I want to go see that, and never done it. And most importantly, I've completely slowed down and stopped and got to think about me. And it's really hard to understand that. I definitely wouldn't have got that before because I was so busy running around doing a million things. But the silver lining outside of the physical that you go through, there's an opportunity to chase that and embrace that, and use that time productively. And guys, it's worth it. Like Jake said, there's so much to take out of it. And great advice. If you can get someone as wonderful as Lib in your life, do it. Highly recommend it.
Not for sale. Not for sale.
She's got how many sisters?
Zero.
No sisters.
We're working on it. Ooh.
But yeah, I suppose.
You're working on me getting some sisters.
Yeah, that's right. Sisters, friends, cousins, it's all good.
Yeah, well, good luck. And I know there's not a lot of cute people out there that you can see, and I know that that's a big thing. So I'll try and, like Michelle, I'll try and keep in contact when I'm 100%, so we can see the end result and it's possible. So I know that would have helped me.
Yeah, definitely. We always wanted to see somebody that was like fully healed.
And I wanted to know what week and what month that the skin was at, and what did it look like, and how did it feel? Am I the same? Oh, Jesus. Anyway, so hopefully this could help.
Yeah.
So 3 months, 13 months, 15 years at Alcon. How long?
Yeah, 10 years.
10 years at Alcon?
Yeah.
10 years Alcon. We're 28. We're very similar in our paths. We're very, very, very stressful people. On the go, wanted to do things, couldn't sit still. So, yeah, it's going to be good for us.
Yeah. So, guys, if you've got any questions, write some comments on the blog. We may or may not get back to them. It all depends when Jake and I get some time together to do this again. But we do want to. So, any questions you want to know, write them down there. Try to avoid the "is there a magic bullet" question, because there's not. You've just got to go through the time. But anything else, we'd be happy to answer. And guys, thank you very much for doing the video with me. I appreciate it.
Pleasure. Thank you.
All right. See you all later.
Bye.
Bye.